This is Beyond the 65, brought to you by talkSPORT Ireland.
Here we go. Episode 5, Beyond the 65. Can you believe it, Conor? We've got to the end of the first season.
Yeah, no, it's going great. Get a crack. I was on the away days, one of the episodes, and Bubbles is playing away this time, so just the two of us this evening.
Very, very true. We have a remote Bubbles O'Dwyer. Bubbles, how's things?
Not too bad, lads. How are you? Good to see that Conor was able to make his way up to Dublin.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not the first time you were remote either.
So,
off the grid.
This is a special episode for us now. We want to mark the end of this first series, you know, in a bit of style. The last time we were here, we did ask the viewers, the listeners, to send in a couple of questions. You know, a lot of the time they hear me asking you guys stuff and they might be like, geez, Luke, ask them about this, ask them about that, and now they have the chance. So we put it through a filtering process to make sure that there was nothing too bad on yourself, Conor, or you, Bubbles, as well.
You didn't brief us either.
That must have took a while, I'd say, didn't it?
It did do. Went through a vigorous system there. So no briefing here. This is the first time that the lads have seen or heard any of this as well. But are you up for answering some of the fans' questions?
Go for it.
Yeah, no bother.
Right, so this one is for both of you, and it was actually sent in a couple of times. We're going to start it off with you, Bubbles. Your dream guest to bring on the show, and one from the world of hurling and one not from the world of hurling.
Oh, Jesus, talk about starting soft. One from the world of hurling. Even though he's done stuff and he's fairly prominent in the media, I still love to just get John Milan into a room. You know, he's just savage crack. You know, he looks like that he enjoys himself and he just speaks his mind, but also then he's an absolute unbelievable hurler as well. So John Milan will probably be a hurler, and then away from hurling then away from hurling, Paul O'Connell maybe. Paul O'Connell, massive inspirational figure, so maybe he could give some insights into different stuff. So the two of them are going to get my shout. Paul O'Connell might be the most exciting, but I just think he's very interesting in what he has done. So I go for the two of them.
Two good shades, Bubbles. Conor, who would you like to bring in? One hurling, one non-hurling.
Hurling, I would say, I've mentioned it before, Tommy Welch, we spoke about it, just for the bit of crack, stories, left, right and centre. I don't think it'd probably be the first time Bubbles won't get a word in, but he definitely would be able to share a few stories alright. I think in the sporting game then as well, probably Michael Conlon. Played golf with him there recently, and that man, I tell you, it wasn't the best round of golf I've ever had, but it was one of the best laughs I ever had, and he wasn't even trying to be funny. Yeah, no, they're the two for me anyway, I'd say, definitely, yeah.
I'd like Michael Conlon as well, because that would mean that we have two men in the room at the same time who have got slaps on the wrist from RTE for stuff that they said on live television. So Bubbles, you'd be in good company.
I'm getting some flack from that. I shouldn't have opened my mouth.
I'm telling you, I'd say it's probably the best performing clip we've had. It was great. We had articles
RTE are still on them.
Talk about clickbait, but I knew what I was doing, getting the listeners in.
Exactly, yeah, we've plenty more of that, Bubbles. Right, next one up. There's been a few people asking this one as well. Conor, we're going to start it from you. How much have hurls and slitters changed over the years, and what are the main differences? Is there differences? From when you started
Slitters,
off?
Definitely, yeah, sure. I remember when we would have underage, there was the kind of 04, 05 era where they had the O'Neill's bouncy ball. Like, it was, Jesus, like you were to flick it off your hurl, it could go 20 metres in the air, like. But in general, I think they've definitely got lighter. The rims are a good bit smaller than what they would have been. But in terms of hurls, I think it's in general, it's probably just preference. The only change really would be a lot of lads are using the bamboo now, particularly in Munster. Bamboo hurls, Torpy, I think, are doing a good bit of that, but I've never tried them now, I have to say. But definitely, it's kind of a more preference thing, really, in terms of hurls. Bubbles is probably using hurleys, but yeah, no, that would be that'd be a preference thing. So you kind of stick to yourself, your own, but they wouldn't change too much, really.
How about you, Bubbles? Any killing alls or many lads using bamboo hurls now?
Yeah, there's Connor's plea for Tarpey to get in contact with him to get a couple of free hurleys there now. So looking for more free stuff again. Look, he's always at it, but he never stops.
Yeah, we've moved off that episode, Conor.
But yeah, no, the Slitters. Yeah, look, Connor's went through the Slitters there. That's fairly accurate. The Hurleys then, I suppose, I've always used the same Hurley maker. I went to him since I was about 14 or 15. Designed my own Hurley down with him. Went through a load of stuff with him. And then, as Conor said, the bamboo is fairly prominent nowadays. A couple of lads in the club went to the bamboo for a couple of years, and now they're gone back to the ash and stuff like that. But I think the bamboo is more prominent now with goalkeepers, I suppose. Like they say, it gives an extra bit of distance and stuff like that. But Hurleys wise, I wouldn't have changed too much over the years. I would have tried other Hurley makers and stuff, but I always stuck to the one fella.
This is a good question we have next now, and it's one that I nearly wish that I'd asked you beforehand. So there's obviously some big games still to go now in the All-Ireland at the time of this recording, but Bubbles, I'm going to go to you first. If you could bring one former Tip player back to join this Tipperary team, yourself aside, who would it be?
He wants to bring himself back.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Oh, wow. Who would I bring back? Jeez, that's some question. That is some question. Padraig Maher. I wouldn't even put him in at 6 then. I thought he'd done a lot of hurling at 6, he'd done a lot of hurling at 7 and 3, I suppose. I put him straight into wing back. And I suppose then you can play Ronan either at 5 or 6, and then no matter where you go for puckouts, then like Tip would probably be on top. I was thinking of maybe Owen Kelly or Seamus Callan, but I think Darren McCarthy is perfect on the frees. He's fairly accurate, and I think the forward line are going fairly well. But Paddy Maher, I suppose his career was cut short with illness. He would have went on to win another couple of All-Stars, no doubt, and Tip probably wouldn't have went through as big as a bad patch as they have in the last number of years. But I go for Paddy Maher, an absolutely unbelievable player, unbelievable leader, and just absolutely outstanding. One of the best Tip I've ever had.
Conor, who would you love to bring back now? Still playing from a Wexford side. It could be any era for you, even one you've played with.
Yeah, well, sure, probably. There's a few that I would have played with that you'd be sorry to see them retire, like the likes of Matt Johannan, Nemo McGovern. It was always, I spoke about this obviously before, Paul Morris as well. But the one that kind of stuck out to me straight away when you said that, from watching him rather than playing with him, he was only in the panel the first year that I was involved, was Gizzy Ling. The game now would suit him down to the ground. Absolutely gifted, light in his feet, could get around the field. Could nearly make the ball talk, really. Half forward line, midfield, or half back line, really. That was kind of his forte. But yeah, like I could only imagine the kind of ball that he'd be delivering in nowadays. Would be unbelievable. And to be honest, looking at him mix it with the best of them there for a good few years. Again, career probably cut short. Towards the latter end of his career, he had illness and stuff like that as well. And injuries and stuff on the back of it, but he was definitely just unbelievable. Kind of, you'd pay the admission fee alone to go see him in club games even. At times it was unbelievable. So
next question is a question for all three of us. It's the only one I'm included on, so right. I'm going to definitely get involved in this now. Wicklow. Yeah. What did you make? No. What county has the nicest looking jersey from your county aside? So I think this probably stems from our last episode where we were obviously out in the club colours, the Argentina colours and the county colours. Yeah. So nicest looking jersey. I think for me, all over, I love that Armagh away one. Did you see it there last week? The black one. Nice. I do love that. But I also I've always liked the County Down jersey, the red and black. So I'd say they'd be my two picks, but I'd go with Armagh. Bubbles is nodding there with the Killing All, or is the black and red as well? Who would you go with, Bubbles? Killing All is red and yellow. But I would go with the Down away kit. It's black and gold. The black and gold one that they wore against, was it Galway? Yeah. Absolutely savage, and it's fresh in my mind. That's a class one. And I actually like the Armagh home jersey, the orange one. I think the simplicity of it is nice. I think. But at the minute, I definitely go with the Down away jersey, the black and gold, the small bit of gold trim. So you and I went for complete opposites there. It was just, same counties, but the opposite way around.
Down in Armagh flying now, you know that.
Yeah.
Someone's designing kits fairly well.
Exactly, yeah, they're doing something right.
Yeah.
Conor, what would you go with now?
I like the simple ones. A lot of people, you ever see them things online and stuff? They always say the extra long. I don't know. Like,
Do you like the
maybe
extra?
no, maybe it's just because like it's our jersey that you don't pay much attention to it. But I used to always love the Mayo jersey. I have Mayo connections, but I'd always wait for the next Mayo jersey. Like, they always kind of come out with something a bit fresh.
The alternative ones are like the home.
Both,
one.
yeah, both. And again, probably because of my connections, family connections to Mayo, you're always waiting on the new Mayo jersey. I remember the mid 2000s, they had like Tip actually had it as well. It was like a white fleck barely going through and they had the usual, maybe 06, 07, could be wrong, but even the latest one, they kind of went back to the 90s where they did the three kind of arrows or something down the sleeve. It was cool enough, but Dublin always come out with nice ones.
Yeah, the sky blue is nice,
clean.
isn't it? Yeah.
Even though like everyone's gonna say, "Oh, jeez, fucking Dublin," but they do come out with the nicest jerseys. Like,
You're basically from Dublin, sure, Conor. You're only 10 minutes
yeah,
out the road.
well, look at the Mrs. family too. Will be telling me as well, like, "Oh, the Dubs, yeah, that always the nicest jersey." Yeah. Fucking hell. Suits your eyes.
I'm going to go with one that obviously wasn't sent in. But then on the other side, who do you think is the county with the most unfortunate? I think Carlow. It's very hard to do anything good with a Carlow jersey, isn't it?
Carlow jersey's rough.
Wexford is shock.
I know, like Clare as well. Like,
Not you don't like Clare. I don't mind Clare.
I like. They always have nice alternative jerseys, but there's not much you can do with some colours. Like, you know, like the tape compared to Clare is complete opposite. Like I know in the jersey, but obviously in how nice they can be as well. Carlo definitely. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Yeah.
And actually, another one coming to my head. I think Sligo's a good shout for a good jersey. I like a black jersey.
Sligo's not too, yeah.
Yeah.
Kildare, all white.
I was never mad in all white.
Actually, the Offaly away kit, I think it's all white with a small bit of green in it. Is actually nice too.
Yeah. I suppose Offaly can be a bit unfortunate with their colours as well. Like, so it's good to have a good other one. Right, we're going to go with next one. This one is just for Mr. Conor MacDonald.
Oh Jesus.
Conor, Davy Fitz seems the type for hairdryer treatment at times. Have you ever been on the end of one, or have you any stories of players being on the receiving end?
Sure, I'd say everyone has been on the receiving end of one at one stage, but I remember one time we played Cork in a practice game and we were just completely off it, like, and there was gear bags, never mind hairdryers, flying. There was lads kind of looking around the room as if to say, Jesus, I wonder if my phone could be broken in my bag here, like, you know what I mean? Like, that was early doors. But look at most managers nowadays are, you know, or over the years, even like you have club managers and stuff, everyone gets the hairdryer out at some stage. And I'm sure if you ever go down the line of it, you know, emotions take over. But yeah, we played down in, I think it was CIT one time, one of Davy's first year, if not his first year. And I suppose he was trying to set the tone for the remainder of the year and what was expected of us, but we were well off it that day, I remember. And yeah, that was the big thing, was there was a few kind of smacks there that weren't boots or you know, your hoodie in the bag. It was, you know, sounded a bit classy, like. So it was geez, what are we gonna do? And you're kind of half looking with one eye there. Is the phone broke in the bag? But yeah, that was probably one standout, I'd say.
That get the better of you though. Are you a type of player that likes a bit of a manager like that, or are you an arm over the shoulder?
If it's relevant, I don't mind. You know what I mean? If I don't know, like, sure, I don't mind when if a lad loses the plot. Sometimes I lose the plot in the club dressing room anyway myself. But it just, I suppose, just if it's relevant and it's received by the lads in the room, sure, it's going to make some sort of a difference to G lads up, like. But yeah, I'd be more that than an arm around the shoulder. I think kind of have to get pumped up a little bit, like. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Right, Bubbles, next question is for you. Who was the funniest person in the tip camp during your playing years?
Oh, there's a good few. Willie Connors now is up there. Willie Connors is a gas man altogether. And any interview that Willie has done, you can tell by it that he's a good bit of crack. Jamie Callan was probably the joker of the pack there for a long time. Jamie was, he was kind of the main man there for a good long time, and then the fact that he was a good bit of a joker helped too. And then Tom Fox as well. He was on the panel for a good few years there, without too much game time. He's a joker as well. But I'd say probably Shamey. Actually, Dylan Quirk as well. Dylan Quirk was absolutely hilarious. Well, he was mad altogether. But I'd say throughout my time, probably Shamey and probably Conor O'Brien as well. Foxy, just absolutely cracked altogether. Like the stuff that he come out with and say and do is just absolutely, like, you wouldn't be able to tell it on any podcast now, I can tell you that. But there's a good few. There's a good few of them, but I suppose Conor O'Brien or Shamey would probably be the two.
Right, next one for the two of you. So Bubbles, I'm going to stick with you on this one. Desert Island, one ex-teammate to help you get off. Who are you bringing?
That's it.
Niall O'Mara, straight in. He's so calculated. He's so cool and calm. Definitely Niall O'Mara. There's a lot of lads. There's not too many lads that you'd be able to pick from, I can tell you. Niall O'Mara would probably be the top of the list. Yeah.
How about you, Conor? Who are you taking?
Oh Jesus. I'd say Liam McGovern. I'd say we'd land on the desert island and we'd be in a hole for a couple of days now. We'd see what the crack is, but eventually we get around to making tracks, and sure he'd definitely make a plan to get some way off an island or make a bit of crack out before we leave. Anyway, somehow that's the kind of lad he is. So I'd say he's the first lad that came to my mind anyway.
Bubbles, would you have liked to play with Tipperary for longer? If Liam Cal came knocking at the time you finished, would it have convinced you?
I would have liked to play for a bit longer, but I had my mind made up kind of when I finished. So if I did get the call, I probably wouldn't have went back. It's very hard to say whether you would have or not, because it didn't happen. And then if it did happen, then it would be very, very hard to say no. But I just think that I was kind of happy enough with my decision. And then to go back on that, then I don't know what I have. But again, it would have been very hard to say no if you did get asked. So it's a kind of a, it's a hard one to answer. But I would have liked to play for a bit longer. But then again, look, I was there for 9-10 years. I'd done enough, and I was kind of happy stepping away. But whether or not I would have went back if I was asked, I don't know. I'd probably say no, I wouldn't. But then being put in that situation, it'd be very hard to say no to a manager and to say no to your county as well.
Conor,
yeah,
your biggest rival from Kilkenny, who always gave you a tough game, not perhaps the best player, but someone that you almost struggled against.
Wish we would have played them nearly twice a year, every year. Pádraig Walsh, very good. He was kind of sweeping there for a good while, and you're always raging because if he gets a ball, he's gone. He was deceivingly really quick. He would fetch ball and just he's gone. He's breaking out, and you're chasing him there. Good in the air. He's definitely one. Hugh Lawler's another one. We would have marked each other for a good period of time, if not every time. So there's always a good battle there. But to be fair, like with Kilkenny, and I know Bubbles probably mentioned it as well, when you're playing Kilkenny, kind of all the likes of game plans and stuff, it's literally mano, like, which is deadly. Particularly playing the inside forward line, you might win some days, you might lose some days in terms of your battle. But they were the two probably that would be stand out, and two lads who are well able to hurl and well able to field ball as well. So
right, and the final question is one player that reminds you of yourself. So either past, present, still playing. Is there anyone that reminds you of your style of play? Bubbles, anyone around at the moment similar to you in the heyday?
I do see. I'm not saying now that I'm anywhere near as good as this fella, but I do see a small bit of myself in Peter Casey from Limerick. Kind of Peter Casey kind of comes out, plays that role out around the half forward line and gets into pockets of space, and he's good for creating space for himself and others. So I do see a small bit of myself in Peter Casey. He's the one that comes to mind straight away. I suppose, look, my game probably changed over the years as well, but at the minute I'd probably say the closest to me probably would be Peter Casey.
Conor, how about yourself? Is there anyone else similar?
Don't know. The one that just came into my mind, left-handed and just probably a ball winner inside for a long time. It takes a nice bit of hardship. Conor Whelan from Galway. We've often spoken. I remember talking to him after an All-Ireland there a couple of years ago, and we were in the Crow Park Hotel, and we were just talking about how tough it is at times inside, particularly now with everyone, breaking out with sweepers, lads dropping back, space and gone. So we were having a nice little old bitch about what was going on out the field. But yeah, no, that's the only lad I could feel like he can relate to or have some, ball winner. He's good left and right, kind of over the shoulder striking as well. So yeah,
There's an underrated player, I reckon.
unbelievable.
Like, even when you mentioned him there, my mind was almost like, jeez, forgot nearly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Class act.
Yeah, because on his day, few better.
Yeah, and so accurate. Like, if he gets a ball in his hand, 1 yard of space, it's going to be a score. Like, I've rarely seen him blocked, hooked, maybe not getting the ball first time, but when he gets in his hand, he's hard to stop. Like, we've always struggled with him. Like, and what he does for his team as well, he's deadly.
Okay, next up, I have put together something that's taken me days, it's taken me weeks, because I wanted it to give you a bit of a challenge. I remember a few episodes ago, a certain Conor McDonald, maybe a little bit of a boast, and I know this hurler of the year from many years, last 20 years. So I said, why don't we do a bit of a pub quiz? John Bubbles O'Dwyer against Conor McDonald. We have a number of questions here, some from the world of hurling, some from the Irish sporting world, and some further afield. But we're going to put the two of you to test to see who has the better sport knowledge. Bubbles, how's that sound?
Yeah, sounds good. Going by what Conor has been boasting about there, one of the episodes, I wouldn't be too confident in this. So let's
You're after
let's
getting
see how good he actually is.
Already,
He probably had the answers in front of him there. You see, that's the thing.
I'm keeping away from him anyway. I'm keeping away from Bubbles. We're going to let Conor go first there, maybe settle the nerves for him. He's a man that's been chatting about it. So
pressure on this now. There is like you know what you're at there now. Throw me into the deep end.
And yeah,
This looks bad if I don't get the first one.
Well,
Right, come on, we'll
right.
go for it.
Who won Hurler of the Year in 2007?
Henry Shefflin.
Final answer?
They bet Limerick in the final. I think it was him. Yeah.
Incorrect.
What?
Dan Shanahan.
Ding ding. Can I go?
Oh, he was
I should have let him in.
Dan Shanahan.
Did you have it, Bubbles?
Fuck's
We
sake.
need a buzzword. We need a buzzword.
We need, right.
What kind of a quiz master are you at all?
There's my theory gone completely out the window now.
Right. So, see, Bubbles, you have your own, but right, after this round, we will allow a steal instead. Okay, that's my bad. I jumped the gun there.
Deal or no deal?
I know, yeah. What's the
Sticker
man
to
saying?
his-
No, actually, I don't mind because I was going to say Owen Larkin.
Oh, right.
No, 2010.
Right.
He was
Bubbles,
2008, I think.
2008. Yeah, sorry.
who won Hurler of the Year in 2008?
There you go.
Owen
Ding,
Larkin.
ding, ding.
Right, 1-0 to Bubbles after the first round.
It's crazy, like.
Conor,
Yeah.
who won Man of the Match in the 2018 All-Ireland final between Limerick and Galway?
Kyle Hayes.
Is correct. Well done. Conor is on the scoreboard.
Give him a tough one now.
Bubbles, who won Man of the Match in the 2017 All-Ireland final between Galway and Waterford?
Ding, 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 ding.
Conor Whelan.
Final answer?
No. David Burke.
It's correct.
Fuck yeah.
He's 2
points
for
for
2. He's 2 for 2. Right. Conor,
Yeah.
third question. This is one I was really happy that I kind of came up with this sort of round. Who scored more in the championship? Aaron Gillan or Shamie Callanan?
Aaron Gillan.
So Aaron Gillan has scored 18 goals and 325 points, which is a
Shamie,
total
isn't
of 379 points. Shamie Callanan has scored 40 goals and 226, which is 343. So it's Aaron Gillan is correct.
Yeah, I told you.
There you go. Bubbles.
That's some going.
That's some scoring, isn't it? Right.
Yeah.
Bubbles, who has scored more in the championship? Is it Lee Chin or Tony Kelly?
Lee Chin.
Lee Chin, 13,353, which is 392 points. And Tony Kelly, 16,339, which is 382. It's only 10 in it, but you're correct, Lee Chin.
Jesus.
Right, Bubbles. Three.
That's fair scoring from both. I suppose Tony Kelly's there a long time too.
Conor,
Yeah.
what player has won the most All-Stars in hurling?
Tommy Walsh.
Incorrect.
You pass it over.
Yeah, we're going to pass this one over. Bubbles.
Ever.
Henry Grefflin.
He's correct.
DJ Carey, so is it?
No, you're correct. You're correct, Bubbles.
Oh, I'm correct.
Henry
Oh, I
Shefflin.
thought you said incorrect. Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, sorry.
How did you get that one wrong, Conor?
You should have asked the All-Star that one. Like. Not me.
Right, Bubbles, this is a chance to go even further ahead now.
Hang on now. What's the score like?
So Bubbles is from the new rules. Bubbles is 4 from 3, and
From
you're
the new
2.
rules. Okay, so we change it for Bubbles. Yeah, grand.
Oh,
Who's
hold
not
on,
even
it's
here?
not 5-3 to me.
Right, Bubbles, you've got 4. Conor, you're on 2. But this is Bubbles' go since the seal. How many has Henry Shefflin won?
10.
Incorrect.
No, sorry.
Conor. No, sorry from him. After he hears it's incorrect.
Many.
What?
How many has he won?
Yeah, how many has he won?
12.
No, it's 11.
Nine.
Fucking 11. Like.
9.
It's 11.
I said 11 first.
Right, it's still 4-2. Now
Right.
we are going into our Irish sporting, so we're moving a bit away from
Thank God, because
hurling.
we're absolutely useless. at that.
We haven't a clue about hurling.
Conor, who has more caps for the Irish rugby team? Is it Rory Best or Johnny Sexton?
Rory Best.
Johnny Sexton with 118, Rory Best with 124, so
Ah,
correct.
listen, I know my rugby. I absolutely don't. I absolutely do not know my rugby.
Bubbles, who has more caps for the Irish football team? Is it Shay Given or John O'Shea?
Oh,
That's
tight.
tough one.
Right. I'm going to go John O'Shea.
So Shay Given has 134 caps.
Bing, 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 bing,
John
bing.
O'Shea has 118. It's incorrect.
Yeah, I got that one then.
So it's still 4-3 there.
Oh, that doesn't go over to Conor, no way.
No, it doesn't. Don't worry. He hasn't got a Bubbles. It's all good.
4-3 now, is it?
4-3. And we are heading into our final round. It's called Higher or Lower. So, how it's going to work is I ask you to say how many All-Ireland winning managers can you name since 2000 in 30 seconds. So you could say 4, Bubbles could say 5, and if you don't think he can do 5, you can just call his bluff. So how many?
Okay.
How many do you think you can name, Conor?
10. I'll name all 10. Now,
Right, Bubbles, do you think you can do it?
There's 10 managers since 2000.
Yeah, and Conor thinks he can name them all.
Oh, fuck, can I?
There's nothing I can back up in that then. So
No,
I have to
you
go.
can't.
No, I'll
you
say
can't.
8 then. I'll say 8.
Do you think you can do 9, Bubbles?
He's after saying 10 now, he can't go back.
Yeah, right, come on.
Jesus, I don't know if I can.
Right, well, you've
Yeah,
gone
well, tough shit.
right. So, your times,
So from 20,
from 2000
yeah, to now.
to now, how many All-Ireland winning managers can you name? Right. 3, 2, 1.
John Kiley. Brian Lawn.
Yeah.
Brian Cody. Donlow Grady. Miala Donoghue. Davy Fitz. Eamon O'Shea. No, Liam Sheedy.
He got one wrong, sure.
So what do you mean? And
Out of time.
He's wrong.
He's
yeah, but
out.
hey, you can't just interfere like.
So, you've got 7, and you said you could get 10.
No, I said I get 8.
You said, well, you still didn't get it. So,
Right, okay, but you still only got 7.
Yeah.
Bubbles, if you can name one of the missing 3, you get a point.
Liam Sheedy.
No, Conor said it.
Hard look, gone. It's level. And the sides are level, folks.
Well, okay, John Allen.
No, it's got Luke.
I'm going to have to leave it. No. You did say one that's been said already, but John Allen was correct. The other ones are Michael Ryan and Nicky English. Okay.
Jeez, Michael Ryan is one of my own. Speaking English is one of my own as well.
Right, so next up is Bubbles. How many hurlers of the year since 2000 can you name in 30 seconds? There's been 22 winners.
Oh, this lad will know this off by heart. Sure.
Go on.
I'll go 10.
Can you do 11 in 30 seconds?
Yeah.
You can. Can you do 12, Bubbles?
How many is there? Oh, sure,
There's 22 since 2000.
22.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's only been 2 people who've won it more than once.
No, you see, you're at now, you know.
I'm not fibbing.
I know that, but you're giving clues there now.
Well, if you, can you do 11? Did you say you do 11?
In 30 seconds?
Yeah.
This Bubbles going, mine.
Well, you can call his bluff. He said he can do. You said you can do what? 9 Bubbles?
10, he said.
10. 10. Right. Want to see if Bubbles can do 10?
Yeah, go for it.
Right, Bubbles.
Of course he can.
Hold on, 1 second.
He's got the work phone
He's on
out.
the phone there, the work phone out there.
No. Who
this
won
is
the
a
Hurler
joke.
last year?
Right. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Shane O'Donnell, Tony Kelly, Cian Lynch, Dermot Burns, Aaron Gillan, Henry Shefflin, Jamie Callan, Austin Gleeson, Sean O'Halpine, Tommy Walsh.
Yeah, you've got him. There's 10. Right, there's
No, hang on.
What?
You said you give a point to him the last time if he names more.
Right.
So
So
do you
1,
want me?
2,
How many do you want me to
4,
name?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
How many's left?
There's 10 named.
No, that's not the way the quiz works.
Bubbles, do you think he's going to get 12?
So I said 11. I need 12 of them,
So he got 10,
right?
and
So-
there's been 22 altogether.
If he can name the 10 out of the other 12, I'll let this one slide.
Right, if you can name 10 of the other 12. Right.
If I repeat, you give me a chance. Like you will.
Oh,
No,
you didn't let me
can't get one wrong.
Yeah,
End of
okay.
story.
Right, what I can do is, though,
Right.
I can call out the ones that Bubbles has said.
Right, go for Jay.
Right. So Bubbles said Shane O'Donnell, Aaron Gillan, Shamie Callanan, Cian Lynch, Dermot Burns, Austin Gleeson, Tommy Walsh, Henry Shefflin, Sean O'Halpine, and Tony Kelly. That's his 10.
It's gonna be good work now.
It will be good work.
Yeah, up on Conor, but I believe in you.
You don't. Right. How many do we have to get?
You need.
I need 10.
He said if you get 10.
Joe Canning. James Chav Fitzpatrick. Is not one.
No.
Dan Shanahan. No. Dan Shanahan. Having a hope, have I? Dan Shanahan, Owen Larkin,
Yeah.
TJ Reid, Richie Hogan. 14, 15.
Yeah, you're right.
That's about a minute and a half now.
He said Jamie Callan.
I forgot to put
Lark
the time.
Corbett, 2010.
Lark Corbett's there, yeah.
So that's 6, is it?
Yeah.
4 more. Michael Fenley.
How long is he gonna
2011.
get, like?
Michael Fenley.
We keep it running for the steel Bubbles.
Tom no. Who,
Take your time there, Conor.
one of the O'Connors, I think, was it? Was. Cherry O'Connor.
Yeah.
Unbelievable stuff.
Right, you need one more.
One more?
There's 3 left there.
I need one more, okay.
That's a full 2 minutes now. This is going to sound
JJ
fair
Delaney.
in the podcast now.
JJ Delaney.
Come on.
Right, there you go. And
That's part 2 of the episode because that was unbelievable stuff.
there's 2 more you could have had. Tommy Dunn and DJ Carey. So they're the other ones.
The Dodger.
DJ Carey was 2000, was he? Tommy Dunn 2001.
Yeah, that's
Another
it.
tip man that you didn't get.
Yeah. Right. So the score is 5.
I'm miles ahead.
It's actually only 5-4.
Yeah.
Couldn't be.
So it's gone down to the last question. The two of you, you're both Liverpool fans.
Tough.
How many Liverpool players that are in the current team can you name in 30 seconds? Bubbles, how many can you name?
30 seconds, that's
30 seconds. 12.
Conor, can you go 13?
yeah.
Can you go 14, Bubbles?
Yeah.
Can you go 15, Conor?
Yeah.
Can you go 16, Bubbles?
I don't need to. I'm winning 5-4. So I'll let Conor have it.
No.
You need to start the timer now. 30
Right.
seconds, Luke.
Timer's coming on now.
New signings count.
Oh yeah, they're part of the
No.
squad now.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
What?
There you
Sure,
go.
but
I go 15, so go on, leave him have it. Leave
Right.
him have it. I'm gonna leave him get a draw
Right.
if he gets it.
Conor McDonald, your time starts now.
Allison, your man Crash Philly or whatever his name is. You know who I'm talking about. Van Dijk, Robertson, Gomez, Soboslai, Diaz, Salah, Nunes, Harvey Elliott, McAllister. Oh, what am I doing? Verts, Kirkes, and that's 14.
Time.
That's 12.
Oh, it's 12.
13 now.
Bradley.
Time's gone. You've just missed it. And
Couldn't do it.
I don't know if I'm taking Crash
What's his
Philly
name
or-
though? What's his name?
Marvin Ashford, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you know what I'm talking about.
Right, so that means
Scoreless.
we have a
Curtis
winner.
Jones. What am I thinking?
I know there's a lot.
Anyway,
So we do have a winner.
well done, Bubbles.
And the first inaugural Beyond the 65 Cup. It's going to Killing All this year. It's going to Killing All. Bubbles, how's it feel?
I'm absolutely over the moon. I just like to thank my parents, the management team, the players, everyone put in the effort. I couldn't have done it without them. So
You couldn't
no,
have
I
done it
just
without
wanted to
them answers
commiserate
in
there with
front of your
Conor.
lap.
All his mouthing, earlier on in the year, just came back to bite him in the arse. So happy out, and we're going home. We're going home champions. Thank you.
Can we get a Champions of fucking Ireland off you?
No, no, never. Them words will never come out of my mouth again.
Oh God.
Lads, just want to say, obviously, to the two of you, what an absolute pleasure it's been for our first series. Hopefully, we'll be back again in no time. But it's been a lot of fun getting to know the two of you, and I think also to our fans, to the viewers, to the listeners, for everyone who sent in questions. It's been a pleasure to be putting on the show for you this first season. So hope you enjoyed it, boys.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks very much, Luke.
There we go. Season 1 out. We'll be back soon, though.
Job done.
There we go. Love it.